Hello, Internet, and welcome to yet another video. Thank you so much for joining me. This video is all about Starset's Divisions record. Starset is a band that over the last few years I have grown more and more fond of. With each time I listen to their music, they are a band that is consistent, but they're never redundant. And what I mean by that is you'll have bands that are consistent, that album after album they churn out music that is catchy and caters to their fans and does what you expect them to do, but they don't really reinvent the wheel. They don't really take a step forward or anything like that. Starset is quite the opposite. While they have found their niche in the active rock genre, they have also kind of slowly but surely moved their way into the more alternative, orchestral, ambitious rock that really is their own. And I can confidently say that Starset is starting to sound like a band that I don't think sounds like anyone else. They have a very unique style. This record clocks in at just under 1 hour at 58 minutes. It contains one intro track, if you will. So there's 12 songs in total. Most songs after they're done either have a story that's being played out or they have this orchestral theme that's playing or a combination of both that kind of leads to the next song that tells the story. To me, this record Divisions from a lyrical standpoint is all about this dystopian future, kind of like what they were warning about in the Transmissions record if you follow the Starset storyline, and now we're actually here. Lyrically, the album is very ambitious. They're telling this unique story that they're correlating with their music videos as well. All their music videos have a theme that's kind of running through one another, this one single theme. And they piggyback off some of the themes that they talked about in Vessels and in Transmissions as well. So it's really interesting to see what Starset has manifested for itself, no pun intended, throughout these three records and where they have gone to with the Marvel comics and all that kind of stuff. Their live show and switching it up each time. Now for this tour cycle, and I think future shows, they've actually changed the entire style of their stage presentation. With that being said, this is a very solid record. I haven't yet decided if I like it more or less than Vessels and Transmissions. Vessels, there are a few songs on Vessels that to me are like quintessential, like, hey, you've never heard Starset before? Listen to these songs. Obviously, there's My Demons from Transmissions, but there's also Ricochet from Vessels, Last to Fall, Monster. This record kind of ebbs and flows between active rock, pop, orchestral, very Hans Zimmer, John Williams type stuff, which I love. Again, it's very unique to them. In the beginning, to me, they were very similar to bands like Red and Breaking Benjamin, and while they still have those characteristics in them, they have now kind of moved forward. This record Divisions has been playing on repeat for me for a while. The re-listening factor, if you will, the revisiting factor of this record is huge. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that term correctly, but you do want to listen to this record again and again. Starting off with the single Manifest, I think this is where you notice that Starset has truly amped up its sound. And I will say that I think when you compare Transmissions to this record, or even Vessels to this record, now Vessels sounded nice. Divisions sounds complete. It sounds tight. It sounds big. It sounds anthemic. It sounds bold. And I really love the production of this record. And it wasn't until the fourth or fifth song on this record, getting into Telekinetic, where I was like really paying attention, and I was like, why am I noticing the drums so much on this record? In Transmissions and in Vessels, they didn't really stick out to me that way. Every other instrument did, and the drums were fine. There was nothing signature about them. But even starting with Manifest, specifically the bridge, there's this really awesome drum beat that's correlating with the guitar riff going back and forth, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And then you do your research and you find out that Luke Holland of YouTube fame is now the drummer of Starset, which makes sense. His drumming is all over the place on this record. The drumming on this record is phenomenal. It is absolutely fantastic, specifically on songs like Manifest, Where the Skies End, Perfect Machines, and this certain section of Stratosphere 2 that really freaking takes off. So songs like Manifest, Where the Skies End, Telekinetic, quintessential Starset, but then you have songs like Fault Line that are a little more in the pop genre, a little more on the maybe top 40 radio direction that they're going. In one review I read said they're starting to sound like Owl City a little bit, which I found hilarious, but I wouldn't necessarily put them in that category yet. There is a lot of pop influence on this record, which I don't mind. I'm a sucker for pop music. I'm a sucker for melody. But songs like Fault Line with its 6/8 time signature and the quirky beat that's being played underneath by Luke Holland and the way that Dustin sings the chorus, the start-stop of it all, definitely is something new and unique for the band that I like the direction that they're going in. While I'm not a fan of the chorus of Trials, I really do like the symphonic elements of it. I love what the strings are doing, especially right after the chorus. And then when you get to the halfway point of the song, you realize that the song actually is quite catchy. So I don't mind it at all. It's just something that, like, when I first heard it, because that's how the song starts. It starts off with that chorus. It didn't pull me in the way that the other Starset songs do. It doesn't have like the strongest chorus. But then again, getting into the halfway point, it finally, it's a 4-minute song. Getting to the 2-minute mark, you're like, you know what? Yeah, no, I can groove to this. This is dope, especially with what the strings and the orchestra is doing in the midway point. And I have to say this, man, the way that they use orchestral elements in their music is top notch. It's some of the best that I've heard. They do a lot of experimentation with it, which I absolutely love. They're not abandoning it like some bands do. They're actually embracing it 100%, even adding string section to their live shows, which I think is absolutely beautiful. The record ends with Diving Bell, the last single that they released before the record came out. I'll be honest, when I first heard it, I didn't think was anything special up until I got to the bridge in the final chorus, and then I got it. If I stare into the abyss, well, it stare right back into me. That gave me the feels. That gave me goosebumps. I have ended up loving this song. It's probably my favorite on this record. It is a fantastic way to end it. It's absolutely beautiful, and I think it combines everything of Starset. Again, the beauty of the melody, Dustin's unique vocal style and lyrics, the heavy guitars, the fantastic drumming by Luke Holland, and the overall fantastic production, which is even more impressive when you consider the fact that Dustin and the band apparently produced this record. No producers on this record. This is 100% their record from top to bottom, which I absolutely love. As a whole, I think this is a great record. Again, I ebb more towards Vessels as a stronger record, but this is a fantastic, tight 58-minute record, 13 songs, well, really 12 songs, A Brief History of the Future, not really a song, just an intro, but songs like Where the Skies End, Manifest, Telekinetic. I love the chorus of Telekinetic. I do have to say that I miss Dustin screaming. Songs in Vessels that had his screaming front and center, not so much on this record, and maybe it's because it was affecting his voice. His singing, I do have to say, is top notch on this record. He has grown leaps and bounds from what he was doing in Transmissions. But yeah, man, this band cannot write bad music. 3 records in, and they're 3 for 3. Starset has quickly become like one of my top 5 favorite bands of the current rock movement. Like, I love what they're doing. And I have a quick story I want to share if you want to indulge me, but I went to Modesto, California, of all places. I live in San Jose. I live in the Bay Area. But I went to Modesto, California. I drove 2 hours just so I could see Breaking Benjamin. I had never seen them live. Huge fan of theirs from the Saturate record on, and really wanted to see what they could do. There was this band opening for them that I didn't know anything about called Starset. And I usually don't really watch opening bands. I'm that asshole that calls the venue and says, hey, what time is Breaking Benjamin playing? And they say, oh, they're playing at 10 o'clock. Awesome. And I'll show up at 9:50 because I don't want to waste my time. I just want to show up, watch the show, grab a drink, and then get on home. That's just the type of person I am. I've gone to a million shows since I was 15, 16 years old. So my brain is a little mush. My back is not what it used to be. I'm an old man. It is what it is. But I got there early enough, and I saw Starset live during the Transmissions touring cycle before Vessels come out. And I saw Dustin front and center with the white shirt and the bow tie and the glasses. And then I saw the rest of the band in the suits with the helmets, changing colors, doing all that kind of stuff, all synchronization. They're head bobbing at the same time. They're doing all these things. And I was transfixed. I was like, who is this band? What the fuck? These guys are amazing. And then they played My Demons. I'm like, oh, I've heard this. Back then I had a Sirius subscription, so I was listening to a lot of Octane, and I was like, oh, I've heard this song. That's who these guys are. And I have been hooked ever since, and I have not seen them live ever since. So I've been dying to see them. They're coming to the Bay Area soon, so I might go and check them out. But that is my review of the record Divisions by Starset, my short and sweet review. I love this record. I think it's absolutely fantastic. What do you think? Let let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please consider pressing the like button. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I have a lot more music reviews coming. I'm gonna do the Korn review, and I'm gonna be talking about some music news as well. If you didn't catch my video talking about my reaction to the Hella Mega Tour with Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer, you can check that out. I'll link it down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Amir, and I'll see you next time.